What's going on, guys? This is James Allen. I am recording this on Monday, February 9th, 2026. About 2 weeks ago, I did a video where I explained what vProgs are and how they function. And although the feedback was overwhelmingly positive, there was a few people who said it was still too high level for them, and they wanted something more concrete. So to this minority, this video is for you. This video is where I provide a real world use case of vProgs so that I could perhaps make it more concrete for your understanding. I will be using CityXcape as the use case. For those of you who don't know, CityXcape is a Web3 social network I founded. It's an urban exploration app where people do missions to get street cred, earn artifact NFTs, and form social connections in the city. Now, one thing you have to know about CityXcape is that not all missions are born equal. Some missions are intentionally accessible so that new players could have easy wins. Other missions are moderately difficult. Some missions are very difficult. And some missions are outright legendary, right? Some missions, they're just brutally difficult. I'll be honest, I've been exploring for 10 years. Because there are different levels in terms of difficulty and risk of missions, proof is a fundamental part of CityXcape gameplay, right? I'm going to see this one more time. Because missions have different risk levels, proof is a fundamental part of CityXcape gameplay because people cap, right? People lie. People claim stolen valor all the time. That's something they do. In fact, I did a video on stolen valor. Check it out when you have time. It's on Don Shipley. I used to be in the military. So stolen valor is a real thing. So we want people to not be able to cap in terms of what mission they've done. And this is why we use the blockchain. This is why CityXcape is a certifying authority. You have to see CityXcape as a street app. And at the end of the day, the streets is all about certifying people, or you're a certified gangster, right? So CityXcape is that official authority that gives you that seal that proves that you did indeed do a mission. And how the app does that is that it uses your phone to capture raw signals, such as the QR code you scan, your GPS coordinate, the time you scanned it, your user credentials, and the image metadata. It uses these raw signals to check if you really did do the mission. And if the mission is complete, the CityXcape gives you that seal as proof that you did the mission. And of course, it sends that proof to Casper as the ledger. Now, there is something I want to say, that is, this separation of concern of application level proof generation and protocol level witnessing is exactly what vProgs are designed to formalize. I'm going to say this one more time. This separation of concern of application level proof generation and protocol level witnessing is exactly the design vProgs are meant to formalize. And it's with great pleasure today that I get to use a CityXcape use case to demonstrate to you how that would work. Now, I'm going to use a person I know. Her name is Maddie. She lives right here in Minneapolis, and she's also an explorer like myself. And one night she's bored. She's scrolling through the app and she finds a mission she likes. It's a mission about finding the birthplace of the Minneapolis Skyway. Now, some of you may or may not know, but Minneapolis has the largest skyway system in the world. The Minneapolis Skyway is these elevated bridges that connect more than 150 buildings throughout downtown. It's really spectacular. It's quite a scene. And the CityXcape mission is to find where this skyway was born. So it's really cold in the winter in Minneapolis. So Maddie sees this mission as a way to leave her house and do an interesting scavenger hunt without exposing herself to winter. So she's like, okay, I'm going to do this mission. She accepts the mission. Of course, she hops in a cab. And one thing you could notice, is that when she accepts the mission, right, CityXcape timestamps and location coordinate that so that by the time she's in a cab and she's traveling towards that mission, CityXcape could already tell how fast she is moving towards that location. So the application helps you find the QR code that's hidden at your mission destination, right? Because as you approach it, the app tells you, right? And as you get further away from it, the app also shows you, right? So the app do give you a hand to make this exploration fun. In any case, after getting off the cab, she arrives downtown. She hops at the government center and takes the stairs. That gives you direct access to the Minneapolis Skyway. And of course, like any explorer, Maddie doesn't just go straight to the location where the Skyway was born, right? She don't even know where it's at, right? So she spends some time exploring, taking selfies, looking at the scenic views at the Minneapolis Skyway at night. Because, it's quite a scene when you're exploring it at night. And that's the whole point of CityXcape too. While different players are exploring, in the future, the app will connect these different people that are exploring together, right? In any case, she eventually gets to the Skyway birthplace location. And after looking and looking, she finds the QR code, right? Boom, here goes the QR code. She goes and scan it now. This is where the magic happened. Now, once she used CityXcape to scan that QR code, we're going to start with the front end. Like I said, the front end captures the raw data, the raw signal. The front end uses the phone, the device, to capture the raw data. And what's the raw data, right? The QR code, clearly, right? The GPS coordinate, that's another one, right? The camera image metadata, that's another one, right? The user credential and the timestamp, right? And of course, CityXcape already has her starting point in time. Right? So all this location, all this information is sent to the back end. This goes to the CityXcape back end. The back end now is fired up. It starts to calculate, right? The back end does a bunch of cross validation, right? The back end looks at the QR code ID and see if it matches the mission ID. It looks at her user coordinate, her user GPS coordinate, and see if it matches the mission's geofence. It looks at the camera image metadata and see if it also matches with the GPS coordinate, both for the mission and for her user GPS coordinate, right? It's doing all sorts of cross validations, basically. It's also looking at, okay, given her starting point, the distance traveled and the time elapsed, is this a reasonable time to get within this location? That's another thing, right? Because you can imagine, like, we don't want spoofing or cheaters, right? So we want to make sure that, like, you get to a mission at a reasonable time, and we'll know, right? We could calculate this stuff, right? But if all the cross validation succeeds, right, the CityXcape backend generates a cryptographic commitment and proof that Maddie has indeed completed the Birth of the Skyway mission. Now, the backend gives Maddie her seal. Maddie gets her official CityXcape seal that, like, you finish first place or second place. I believe in her case, she finished second place, right? But the backend also sends the cryptographic commitment and proof to the Casper network. Now, this is when a validator is fired. When a validator is fired, the CityXcape mission vProg opens up, right? And the CityXcape mission vProg, what does it do? It looks at the commitment and proof that the CityXcape backend had sent, right? Remember, vProg have the native ability to ingest and verify proofs, right? So the CityXcape mission vProg, the first thing it does, it verifies the proof if the proof is valid, right? Did this user really complete this mission? And since the backend had sent it the commitment, which has the data and the proof, it verifies it. And if everything succeeds, the transaction is executed, right? So the CityXcape mission vProg, its job is to update the missions that Maddie has completed. It probably has its own logic. It has to run like its own little assertions, like, okay, has this mission completed before, that kind of stuff. But if it's all clear, it updates the ledger. Okay, Maddie finished the Birth of the Skyway mission. That is now on a permanent ledger. Now, remember, the CityXcape mission vProg, its job is to update what mission the user has completed, right? But the CityXcape application is much more complicated than that. Because people are out there doing mission, they need to be rewarded street cred, right? And when they complete a mission, if they're the first 10 people to complete it, they get an NFT for free. Anyone after that, they have to pay for the NFT. They have to buy the NFT. And there's reasons why they want to buy it too. We could cover that in another episode. But the first 10 players to finish a mission get the NFT for free. So because Maddie's number 2, she also gets an NFT. So realize that the CityXcape mission vProg cannot complete this transaction alone. It needs to invoke the street cred vProg and the artifact vProg to complete this transaction. And this is where the instant composability we talked about comes along, right? Because the CityXcape mission vProgs synchronously invoke the street cred vProg and the artifact vProg, and those vProgs run their own logic, awards Maddie her street cred, and gives Maddie her NFT, which I believe for this mission was a map fragment of the Minneapolis Skyway, right? And Maddie's journey is complete. Now witness something, like look at something here. The CityXcape front end captures the raw signals. The CityXcape back end generate the proof, make sure that the mission is completed correctly. And Caspa is the permanent ledger, is the ledger that permanently witnesses this truth, right? I'm going to say that one more time. The CityXcape front end, the mobile app basically, captures the raw signals. The CityXcape back end generate the cryptographic commitment and proof that basically officializes that this mission is completed correctly. Caspa is the permanent ledger that witnesses this truth, right? And this is what vProgs are meant to formalize. And I think there's going to be a whole series, a whole new category of applications that are going to be born from this protocol, this way of separating application level proof and protocol level witnessing. Now, why do CityXcape record missions on a blockchain? That's something people might want to know. Why is that important? Well, I believe that there are things that should not be taken away from you. There are things that are irrevocable, right? It cannot be revoked, right? Things like education, your degree, that cannot be taken away from you. Your education cannot be taken away from you. Things like your achievement, that cannot be taken away from you neither. Things like ownership, what you own, should not be taken away from you. And that's what the blockchain is for. Now, what does missions fall under? Achievement. Every mission a person completes is an achievement, and that achievement should be recorded permanently. Now, remember, Maddie, she wants it on a ledger so that she could show that she finished that mission, right? A big part of CityXcape users, especially my urban explorers from all over the world know what I'm talking about. Like, a big part of bragging rights is showing the proof that you did a mission. Like, urban explorers know the locations. We all explore the same locations. But what proof do you have that you've really done it? Some locations are dangerous. You guys know what I'm talking about if you're in Urbex. And CityXcape is that tool where you could show off that badge. Like, hey, look at my badge that I've gotten for finishing this mission. And this is the placement I got. I finished it first place, third place, fourth place, that kind of stuff. And if you look closely, you could see right under the seal and that says where the user is placed, there's a little button that says verify transaction. And there's a Caspa symbol on it. If you touch it, you will see, this is theoretical clearly, because I haven't launched the vProg, the CityXcape vProgs yet, but you could see like the transaction ID, the block number, the network, which is Caspa, of course, the status, and it's confirmed, right? So what I'm trying to say is that in the future, when someone shows you their CityXcape seal that they finish a mission, that little verify transaction button, someone could click it and verify that the person did indeed complete the mission using a block explorer, right? So I hope you get the vision here. Now, there are other major points that matter here other than ego, right? Every mission that Maddie does, she learns something about the city. Like this one where she learns the birthplace of the Skyway. She's now indirectly a steward of Minneapolis culture and history. But remember, this is deeper than ego or preserving culture, right? Someday Maddie may have kids or grandkids, right? Since her footprints are now permanently on a blockchain, someday she could go over all these footprints with her children, right? And when she's gone, her children and her loved ones in general could look at those footprints that are saved on a blockchain and understand who Maddie was, what she did, and how she lived, right? So these footprints, because they're on a blockchain, they could serve some really, really interesting functions for the humanity. Now, before I go, I'm going to share my parting words by reading my blog, like the last two paragraphs of my blog, because I think they hit home. So let me go ahead and do this. Okay. The CityXcape walkthrough demonstrates how vProgs enable real-world applications to preserve trust, composability, and scalability without compromise. By separating application-level proof generation from protocol-level verification and state transitions, vProgs allow human activity to be formalized as verifiable on-chain truth. Missions become attestations, reputation becomes state, ownership becomes enforceable, and accomplishments become verifiable through a block explorer. This pattern extends far beyond CityXcape to any system that requires certification, credibility, or irreversible record keeping, positioning vProgs not simply as a new programming model, but as a correct and durable boundary between real-world experience and decentralized systems. So I hope you see where I'm going here. In any case, Misfit, I hope this real-world use case was interesting and useful in grounding vProgs in your head and the new category of applications they will enable in the future. Hopefully, CityXcape is the first one to lead the pack. In any case, my Misfits, you know what to do. Don't forget to press that like button and support me on Patreon. I will see you next time.